Beneath the dawn where dreams ignite, a restless soul takes flight tonight. Through valleys deep and mountains high, a spark becomes a fire in the sky. Whispers of courage, shadows of doubt, a hardened shore learns what it's about. Step by step the path unfolds, a tale of greatness yet untold. On this journey to greatness we rise, with stars as our guide in the infinite skies. Through trials and storms we find our way, a legacy born with the break of day. The road is hard, the nights are long, but strength is forged where we belong. Each stumble, each scar, a lesson learned. The fire within forever burns. The voices call from yesteryears. Through triumphs, joys, and silent tears, a compass true within our soul guides us forward to our goal. On this journey to greatness we rise, with stars as our guide in the infinite skies. Through trials and storms we find our way, a legacy born with the break of day. We are the dreamers, the builders of light, carving our names through the edge of the night. With every heartbeat, with every stride, we find the greatness that's deep inside. Journey to greatness we rise, with stars as our guide in the infinite skies. Through trials and storms we find our way, a legacy born with the break of day. Now we stand where heroes tread, our dreams alive, our fears long fled. The journey calls to those who dare to reach for greatness everywhere. Now we stand where heroes tread, our dreams alive, our fears long fled. The journey calls to those who dare to reach for greatness everywhere.
And behold, I saw the horse, pale, the rider, his name was Death. Pull up Revelation. Not a bunch of crap like these New World Order pedophile devil worshippers. I'm so blown away by the power of our God that's almighty. Woo!
Want to know how bad inflation has got under Joe Biden? A single banana just sold for $6.2 million. Seriously, an artist duct taped a banana to a wall and called it art, and some schmuck paid for it at a smoothies auction. This absurdity could be a metaphor for the current state of our economy, but let's pivot to something more significant: the integrity of our constitutional republic. Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin, where 72% of Americans are now vocalizing their demand for President-elect Donald Trump to deport all illegal criminals. In this episode, we delve into the latest political maneuvers and media tactics that challenge the very fabric of our constitutional republic. We'll be right back. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
Is this the real reason behind the Gates withdrawal and Bondi's controversial exit? We'll delve into it. Transition in transition. Gates steps down, Bondi steps in. The Trump administration has seen its share of political turbulence with the withdrawal of Matt Gaetz from the Attorney General nomination. Gaetz, in a post on X, stated, quote, "It is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the Trump transition, leading him to withdraw his candidacy. Opinion-based commentary suggests that his decision was influenced by allegations of a sexual relationship with a minor, which were investigated by the DOJ, but resulted in no charges." Now, Pam Bondi, Bondi, B-O-N-D-I, former Florida AG, has stepped into the fray, nominated by Donald Trump via Truth Social, where he praised her as an American First fighter. Now, Bondi, who served from 2011 to 2019, was noticeably involved in Trump's first impeachment defense. However, her nomination isn't without its controversies. Bondi's background includes a close association with Jeb Bush, raising concerns among some conservative quarters about her alignment with the establishment. Her support for red flag laws, which some view as infringing on our Second Amendment rights, further complicates her image among Trump's base. Despite these ties, Trump sees her as a competent choice, with MSNBC warning viewers of her capabilities, indicating a fear of her effectiveness. Meanwhile, Nikki Haley is offering criticism. In related news, Nikki Haley has been vocal in her criticism of Trump's cabinet selections, particularly targeting Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., in what some see as an attempt to sow discord within the administration. This reflects the ongoing political jockeying within the constitutional republic. Watch this video as Nikki Haley is slandering the Trump cabinet picks Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. Watch this video and we'll be right back.
She called for Trump to end the destructive trade war with China. So now she's defended Russia, she's defended Syria, she's defended Iran, and she's defended China. Now, she has not denounced any of these views. None of them. She hasn't taken one of them back. DNI, Department of National Intelligence, this is not a place for a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, Chinese sympathizer.
Pam, Democrats like Alan Dershowitz have sounded the alarm over the growing virulent strain of Jew haters in the Democrat Party. It appears their agents in the unfair press are carrying that water. It is dangerous, is it not?
Yeah, it's very dangerous, Chris. It's extremely dangerous. And, you know, you look around, the thing that's really the most troubling to me, these students in universities in our country, whether they're here as Americans or if they're here on student visas, and they're out there saying, I support Hamas. You and I have seen that on all of these television shows. Frankly, they need to be taken out of our country, or the FBI needs to be interviewing them right away when they're saying, I support Hamas, I am Hamas. That's not saying I support all these poor Palestinians who are trapped in Gaza. That's not what they're saying. So I think their student visas need to be revoked. I think we need to reinstate President Trump's travel ban immediately. There's a lot of things that can be done to stop this. But yeah, the anti-Semitism that is rampant throughout this country now, and it's truly, truly heartbreaking to see what's happening to all of our Jewish friends in this country by really just, I think, a lot of ignorant kids and students and people who don't understand that Hamas equals terrorism, even worse, at its worst.
The left's attempt to smear Pete Hegseth. Again, I'm probably pronouncing names wrong, but I don't get paid to name right. I don't get paid to give you names correctly. So moving from political transitions to media tactics, Pete Hegseth, Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, faces allegations of sexual assault from 2017. The story, as reported, involves a night after a Republican conference where Hegseth, then single, was with two women at a hotel bar. Security footage showed him and a female event handler, both seemingly in good spirits, entering his room. Now, Pete claims the encounter was consensual, while the woman involved alleges she awoke feeling hazy, suggesting possible drugging. It's called drinking too much, people. Though no drugs were detected in her system, according to the rape kit. The Monterey County Police declined to press charges due to the lack of evidence beyond reasonable doubt. I'm going to throw in a little opinion on this. I feel like that these politicians become targets, especially the men, and it makes me wonder the intentions on some of these females to hang out with these individuals, and yet they have sex, and then all of a sudden it's rape. Oh, I was assaulted. Oh, it makes me wonder if there's some hanky-panky going on, making sure that you got to take somebody down. And so, I mean, that seems like the thing that they keep bringing up for politicians, especially currently Republican politicians, is sex issues. Yeah. Now, critics include Megyn Kelly have questioned the narrative's credibility, pointing out the inconsistencies like the duration of the alleged incident and the woman's marital situation. Now, Pete settled with the NDA, not an administration of guilt, but a strategy during the hashtag #MeToo movements peak to avoid further public scrutiny. Opinion pieces suggest that this could be another case of political weaponization of personal allegations to discredit Trump's appointees. This next video is Pete Hegseth responds to media questions about sexual assault allegations. Watch this. We'll be right back with more hashtag #GoRightNews.
I just want to thank the Vice President of the United States. She advanced and spent the morning with me, meeting with Senators of the United States. We take very seriously the advice and consent role that the U.S. Senate has. We look forward to engaging in that process. We take absolutely nothing for granted, and we welcome the opportunity to talk to any senator that wants to talk to us.
Did you sexually assault a woman in Monterey, California?
I have, as far as the media is concerned, I'll keep this very simple. The matter was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you very much.
How do you address concerns about your lack of Pentagon experience? Do you believe you should testify?
I just want to thank the Vice President of the United States. She advanced and spent the morning with me, meeting with Senators of the United States. We take very seriously the advice and consent role that the U.S. Senate has. We look forward to engaging in that process. We take absolutely nothing for granted, and we welcome the opportunity to talk to any senator that wants to talk to us.
Did you sexually assault a woman in Monterey, California?
I have, as far as the media is concerned, I'll keep this very simple. The matter was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you very much.
How do you address concerns about your lack of Pentagon experience? Do you believe you should testify?
For more stories like these, be sure to subscribe to the New York Post right here on YouTube.
There's a shadow on the horizon. It's been growing through the years. Every step I take, I'm reminded of the echoes in my fears. And I've been running from the thunder, but it's calling out my name. Every silence pulls me under. I can't escape the flame, and I can feel it breaking through the night. Oh, it's closer than before, like a whisper in the storm. It takes its flight. I can't hide it anymore. There's a weight I can't abandon. It's been chained around my soul. Every tear becomes a canyon, carved by stories left untold. And the wind is crying louder, but it doesn't break the pain. All the darkness gains its power There's a shadow on the horizon, and it's staring back at me. In the quiet of the moment, I am finally set free.
This war is about money. People don't talk much about it, but you know the richest country in all of Europe for rare earth minerals is Ukraine. $2 to $7 trillion worth of minerals that are rare earth minerals, very relevant to the 21st century. Ukraine's ready to do a deal with us, not the Russians. So it's in our interest to make sure that Russia doesn't take over the place. It's the breadbasket of really the developing world. 50% of all the food going to Africa comes out of Ukraine. We can make money and have an economic relationship with Ukraine that'd be very beneficial to us with peace. So Donald Trump's going to do a deal to get our money back, to enrich ourselves with rare earth minerals, a good deal for Ukraine and us, and he's going to bring peace. And Biden's been a disaster when it comes to containing bad guys.
First of all, before I go into the story about Russian propaganda and Republican strategy, I'll let you know that a lot of times you'll hear from the left, they'll go, Russia's trying to influence things. Russia's trying to get Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a friend of Russia. Donald Trump's working for Russia. The Republican Party, the blah, blah, blah. But the thing about it is other countries have tried to influence all politics, not just Republican politics, but also Democrat politics. And the truth of the matter is America has tried to influence other countries' politics for the longest. I mean, it happens on the world stage. There's always another country trying to involve themselves in another country's business and shaping things. Just another reason why we try to make sure that we leave foreign influence out of campaigns and as much as possible. One could say that a lot of foreign influence was brought in when so much money went to Ukraine for their war against Russia, which I think should have been much more about peace than war. And I, for one, would not like to be skirted into some sort of World War III. We've now had Ukraine send long-range weapons into Russia, and now Russia is retaliated with their own weapons, and they've even stated that this could be escalated into a global stage. I can only state that I am waiting for Donald Trump to come in January 20th and hopefully back up all of this mess and push us more towards peace. But I also do worry and fear for 4 years from now when we have somebody else come in. So let's talk about this. Russia propaganda and Republican strategy. In a startling revelation from the House Intelligence Committee, Chairman Mike Turner has confirmed what many of us has feared. Russia propaganda has seeped into our discourse, even reached the hallowed halls of Congress. Some of our own have been parroting false narratives about the Ukraine-Russia conflict, narratives that align disturbingly well with Putin's agenda. This isn't just about misinformation, it's about the integrity of our constitutional republic and our national security. Now, I'm going to put in a full opinion about this, regardless of who, whatever says. I want peace. Personally, I want peace. I have past relatives, ancestors from Ukraine. But I also don't see the problem that we have so much with Russia. I think we talk about Russia so much when there's other really true enemies out there. And the point is we should have not been trying to create a war or take sides in things like this. It's costing our country so much money, and we need to look for peace. Now, Turner's assertion that this propaganda has, quote, absolutely infiltrated the Republican Party's discussions is not just an opinion. It's based on observable actions and statements made on the House floor. Now, we must ask ourselves, how did we get here? How can we cleanse our political dialogue from this foreign influences? But I will also note, this happens from the Democrat side as well. Now, my opinion is, my belief, and one shared by many constitutionalists for liberty, is that this situation represents a significant threat to our freedom of thought and our ability to govern ourselves as intended by the founders. It's not about party lines, it's about safeguarding our republic from external manipulation. Now let's turn to strategy. The Republican Party, traditionally a stalwart defender against Soviet and now Russian aggression, finds itself at a crossroads, and we need a strategy not just for countering misinformation, but for reinforcing our commitment to the principles of liberty, free speech, and national sovereignty. This isn't about silencing dissent, but about ensuring that our debates are grounded in reality, not foreign-funded fiction. More opinion, though, some argue that conservative media bears responsibility for this spread of disinformation. While I advocate for free media, there also must be a responsibility to challenge narratives that could undermine our democratic process. Well, I say republic process. But in saying this, conservative media, but also there's been a lot in the left liberal media as well. They have pushed narratives themselves. So here at Go Right News, I don't try to push any narratives than any narrative that I myself is pushing. I try to gather as much information from different sources and give you the best interpretation of that. I am a commentary citizen journalist, and we bring you, news, but it's opinionated news. Now, the GOP strategy should focus on education, transparency, and perhaps most crucially, on fostering a dialogue that respects diverse viewpoints while remaining anchored in factual information. We must remember our government is a constitutional republic designed to withstand such challenges, but only if we, its citizens, are vigilant and informed. It's a lot to talk about. All right, folks, normally I have a hashtag GoRight video recap, but I've added a few videos into the other articles, and I don't really have anything because it seems like Friday or so, weekend's a slow burn. So I didn't find anything else interested video-wise to do a video segment. So we're going to be right back with our hashtag GoRight recap remix. We'll be right back.
Musk Ramaswamy reveal Doge blueprint to cut government waste. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have laid out their vision for the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. According to a new Wall Street Journal op-ed, the pair writes that, quote, "Our nation was founded on the basic idea that the people we elect run the government. That isn't how America functions today. Most legal edicts aren't laws enacted by Congress, but rules and regulations promulgated by unelected bureaucrats, tens of thousands of them each year." They call government bloat anti-democratic and antithetical to the founders' vision, as it imposes massive direct and indirect costs on taxpayers. You can see additionally they've said that's why we're doing things differently. We are entrepreneurs, not politicians. We will serve as outside volunteers, not federal officials or employees. Unlike government commissions or advisory committees, we won't just write reports or cut ribbons. We'll cut costs. As the Epoch Times notes, the urgency for downsizing the federal government is due to the ballooning costs of paying interest on our ginormous national debt. Zero Hedge and others have been writing about the debt problem for decades, but now the national debt has reached a critical stage. According to USDebtClock.org, the federal debt passed $36 trillion last week, and you can see a graph representing the ongoing trajectory of that debt. So here's the plan, and I'm going to read you the highlights, and we encourage people to go and read the full details included in the article. 1. Regulatory rescissions, rolling back illegitimate regulations. The most immediate and significant action DOGE will take is targeting the tens of thousands of regulations imposed by federal agencies, many of which exceed the constitutional authority granted to these agencies. using Supreme Court rulings as a guide, immediate suspension and review of regulations, creating a system to prevent reviving illegitimate regulations. 2. Administrative reductions, streamlining federal agencies. Alongside regulatory rescissions, a drastic reduction in the size of the federal bureaucracy will be necessary. DOGE will target specific reforms to reduce the number of federal employees, streamline agency operations, and focus government efforts on its core constitutional responsibilities. Identifying minimum staffing needs, cost-effective employee transitions, leveraging executive authority to limit bureaucratic growth, and restoring accountability in federal agencies. 3. Cost savings, tackling waste, fraud, and abuse. Beyond reducing the size of government and eliminating unnecessary regulations, DOGE will focus on eliminating wasteful spending and ensuring that taxpayer dollars are used efficiently. Ending unauthorized expenditures, overhauling federal procurement, targeting the deficit and overspending. With a mandate for change and a supportive legal framework, DOGE has the opportunity to make meaningful strides in reducing the size and scope of the federal government. Through regulatory rescissions, administrative reductions, and targeted cost savings, this initiative aims to eliminate wasteful spending and restore accountability in Washington. The ultimate goal of DOGE is to make its own existence obsolete by July 4, 2026. The 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States. By then, it is hoped that a leaner, more efficient government will be in place, one that is more responsive to the needs of the people and more in line with the vision of the founders. If successful, this reform effort will be a gift to the nation, ensuring that future generations inherit a government that is both effective and accountable.
Welcome back to our hashtag Go Right Recap Remix. In this episode of hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin, we've navigated through the choppy waters of political nominations and media narratives. The transition from Gates to Bonney for Attorney General highlights the complexities of political alliances. What would it be, a political appliance? Oh, that refrigerator is left-leaning. Oh, that refrigerator is right-leaning. Okay, so the transition from Gates to Bonney for Attorney General highlights the complexities of political alliances within our constitutional republic. This move underscores the need for strategic appointments that align with our values and the law, not merely political specificity. Political quickness. Moreover, we've scrutinized the media's role in potentially shaping public opinion through allegations against Pete Hegseth. This case raises questions about where truth ends and political strategy begins, emphasizing the importance of media integrity in our republic. Give you some opinion. The narrative around Hegseth shows us how quickly media can pivot from reporting to influencing, which should be a wake-up call for all who shares the free press as a bastion of the republic or democracy, not a tool for political warfare. Again, folks, though, I'm a podcast. I give you my opinion, so I do report to influence. But should Fox News, should CNN, should MSNBC, people who really claim to be the news, should they be doing influencing? No. We saw enough of that during the big C, the big V. Yeah. No. Now, in conclusion, let's take the moment to recommit ourselves to the values of our republic. Let's ensure our political discussions are not only about winning debates, but also preserving the integrity and liberty of our nation. We must be wary, we must be educated, and we must be united in our resolve to keep our republic free from foreign meddling and domestic misdirection. That's the hashtag Go Right promise. That's the Republican promise. And that's the American promise. Thank you for joining us on hashtag Go Right News. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and let's keep our conversation going for the sake of our constitutional republic. Remember, your liberty is your responsibility. So if you're passionate about preserving our liberties, understanding the mechanizations behind political moves, and seeking the truth in a sea of narratives, join us at GoRightNews.com. Dive deeper into our analysis on Rumble.com, or catch hashtag GoRightNews with Peter Boykin on platforms like Spreaker, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok, and more. Support our mission by donating via Cash App on the $ Peter Boykin, the number 1. And remember, all the ways you can engage are detailed at GoRightNews.com and PeterBoykin.com. Let's keep moving forward, because together, making America, we're going to make America right again. God bless everybody. Peace.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place.
Woke up this morning, the sun shining bright. Got the fam together, everything feels right. The table's set, got the feast on the way. We're counting blessings every single day. We got love, we got faith, we got joy in the air. Hand in hand, hearts full, no room for despair. It's a moment to shine, let the good times roll. We're thankful for life, for the strength in our soul. Here's to the good times, let the music play. We're living this life in the best kind of way. Grateful for the moments, the laughs and the love. We give thanks to the stars and the skies up above. Let's raise a glass, toast the night we're alive. This is our anthem, yeah, the grateful vibes. Pass the sweet potatoes, bring the turkey on through. Friends and family, we all gather in tune. The fire's burning bright, the rhythm's on fire. We're rocking this day with hearts that inspire. We got peace, we got hope, we got dreams that are true. Fighting the fight with the crew so strong too. We'll keep it moving, turn it up loud. We're thankful for the love, standing tall and proud. Here's to the good times, let the music play. We're living this life in the best kind of way. Grateful for the moments, the laughs and the love. We give thanks to the stars and the skies up above. Let's raise a glass, toast the night we're alive. This is our anthem, yeah, the grateful vibes. Now the drums are banging, guitars on fire. We're dancing through life, fueled by desire. Every single beat, every note we play is a shout out to the love that's here to stay. Here's to the good times, let the music play. We're living this life in the best kind of way. Grateful for the moments, the laughs and the love. We give thanks to the stars and the skies up above. Let's raise a glass, toast the night we're alive. This is our anthem, yeah, the grateful vibes. Yeah, we're feeling those vibes, you know it's true. Thankful for the life we built, me and you. So let's keep rocking, let's keep it tight. We're grateful tonight, and we're ready to fight.
Bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Let's go back.
Go ahead, John.
I'll take it. Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.